So we've got our component 1 task book, and we are up to question 7, which is the vegetation in a mature forest. Gripping stuff. What term is applied to the final community in plant succession? Right, well, what's this diagram actually show? Flipping it. This actually shows a succession really, but they haven't shown you time, they've just shown you examples of different seers in the succession. The final community is just learning really what the final community is. It's the climax of a film is the end, so climax community. Which of the layers labelled in the diagram will be the last to form? Well, you've done succession and you know that the small stuff is there first and the big stuff is only there later. So, and it says layers labelled in the diagram. So if I said tree here, that might not be very helpful because these are kind of both tree-like. Labelled as canopy, well, let's say canopy. So a little bit of exam technique. Answer the question. Describe how to biotic factors. So these are not living factors. Will be affected when this layer is completely formed. So for the first thing you should possibly be thinking of is if we've got sunshine. So sunshine up here, then that can get through there, but generally doesn't much get through there. So I'm going for light being less light. And you could also then possibly go, well, in summer the temperature is going to be less because it's in the shade, so lower temperature. And the only other thing that you should really think about from your succession is that the climaxes are a stabilizing feature. So, for example, your soil is more likely to be full of roots and stable and less likely to wash away. So less soil erosion might be another suggestion there. Here's a table. And we've got the common shrew in a pine tree plantation in Anglesey. And pine trees, Christmas trees. So Christmas trees, so not particularly like, this is a deciduous tree here. If we had a pine tree, that would be more this sort of, that sort of thing. A pine tree. And pine trees, we use them at Christmas. Well, why can we use them at Christmas? Because the leaves stay on, as opposed to deciduous, where the leaves will fall off in the autumn. So that's what we're wanting for pine trees. And the shrew's main source of food is insects, and we can imagine insects being in here somewhere. So let's draw a graph. And I have not brought a ruler.